So, we are now on to mission 4 of the Zerg campaign, Agent of the Swarm. We just saw a cinematic described as The Dream. And you may have noticed what the person or creature at the end of that sequence said. Let's see if the mission illuminates anything. So, Agent of the Swarm, we are still on the planet of Char.
Be warned. While Dagoth is occupied with the forces of the Dominion, the emanations of the chrysalis have called even more of our enemies to Char.
These too shall be eradicated by your hand, Cerebrate, for you grow more cunning with each passing battle. Indeed, you are a testament to my will and the fury of the Swarm. Yet first must you stay your wrath and watch over the chrysalis a while longer, for the very hour of the Sleeper's rebirth is at hand, and soon my greatest creation shall be loosed.
There we go, so that's the end of the briefing. We have to protect the chrysalid until it is ready to hatch. So we've got a bit of a defensive mission coming up. Frustratingly, we're quite far from the mineral patches. Let's get some mining started. And we've got a new unit, the Zerg Queen. Let's save this as Zerg 4. Okay, there's a closer look at her.
Alright. All crews stay frosty and keep your eyes peeled for our target. Remember, not only are we up against the Zerg here, but our old pal General Duke may be creeping around too. Let's hope this trip wasn't a big mistake.
So, there's Jimmy. So the Queen has a few abilities. She can parasite, so she can actually use that to get map vision. It will stick to an enemy target and give you a vision of the things they see. You also can spawn broodlings, which can be used to destroy a target and spawn 2 broodlings. It's the instant kill thing that makes them quite powerful. And finally, ensnare, which will glob a load of units, slow them down, and it will also actually reveal cloaked units, so it can be used for that purpose as well. But let's focus on getting some economy and defences up. Now, I'm not going to push too far out with the overlords because I don't want them to get struck down. You can see we're actually on an island map, and here we've got an attack coming in, so we want to be careful with that fire bat. I'm going to try and kill the fire bat with the hydralisks so the zerglings aren't as vulnerable to it. Okay, I'm quite happy with that engagement there. And let's move. So we can see we've actually got a landing area here, and actually I'm going to parasite that and see if we can get some vision later on from it in the mission. Now, we definitely are going to need a spawning pool. At the moment we cannot. Let's see if we can parasite that. Oh no, we've parasited it already. At the moment we cannot get any more sunken colonies or build any spore colonies either, because we need an evolution chamber and a spawning pool. So at the moment we're going to have to use our defences judiciously. Keep some saves up, but we can see there's quite a big Terran base, or various places. There's an island there we can make use of. We certainly will be considering that. Parasite hotkey is R. I definitely will want to make use of that. Let's see if that tank does move around, we'll be able to see. Just a case of keeping an eye on the map. So it's actually, the parasite ability is quite an effective one. Let's see if we can get any other flying units to give us vision. So that one must be parasited, as must that one. So I think we've got an attack coming in. Now fortunately we can see where that's coming in from, and I think it's coming in a place where it's actually going to be fairly easy for us to deal with it. Yeah. But we are going to need to move our hydralisks in. Just to increase our defences a little bit. let's get an evolution chamber while we're at it, so we can build some sunken colonies. And I wonder, I don't think we can get. Yeah, we need a hydralisk. We need a spawning pool for a hydralisk chamber, or hydralisk den, I should say. But we seem okay for defences now. Now there are going to be some significant Terran drops as time goes on, so that's going to be something to watch out for. Let's pull these Zerglings back. Right, we seem to be building up the economy now. In fact, I probably should not have started off with the gas mining. I should have gone straight into the... There we go. So I'm going to plop a sunken colony there. Should have started off with mineral mining. I want to get a lair fairly soon too. Can we afford a hydralisk den? Yes, absolutely can afford a hydralisk den. So we've got 4 minutes until the chrysalis hatches, and we get to see what we get to work with from that. Let's see, can we get some more parasites out? Because I certainly don't think it would hurt. Let's definitely parasite that wraith, because it would be nice to know if they're going to start moving around. Hopefully not. And I think we actually are ready probably to move up to lair tech. Okay, so we've got a big force coming in here. So let's see if we can deal with these. Those marines should be easy cannon fodder for us. But fire bat is a concern. We can replace those Zerglings quite easily though. In fact, I think I'm going to want a second hatchery, and the advantage of that is I can put that hatchery a bit closer to that mineral patch. We are definitely going to need some more overlords actually. One thing we can actually do is we can actually parasite the critters around the map as well, and use those as sort of to give us map vision. Aha! There's a mineral patch down there. That could be useful. It's because the enemy will not actually attack those critters. I think I'm going to build a hatchery here, so we've got it now. Hopefully that won't get blocked off. Yep. So we've got a second hatchery. I think I'm going to need the Overlord more. Although I do want to get the Overlord researchers, and we will definitely need the Overlord research to allow us to drop. Now if there's a fire bat there, I don't see why we shouldn't clear him out. Because I see no benefit to leaving him alive. We are going to also want the various speed upgrades. Is that... Nope. That had a... Right, let's get the speed upgrade for the Zerglings and also for the Hydralisks. And we will definitely want the ranged upgrade too.
We require more minerals.
Chrysalis is about to open, and let's see.
Arise, my daughter. Arise. Kerrigan.
By your will, Father, I live to serve. Let all who oppose the Overmind feel the wrath of the Swarm.
Well done, Cerebrate. What I have wrought this day shall be the undoing of my enemies. Let not a Terran survive.
Mother of God. Kerrigan, what have they done to you?
And there we go. So, probably not a big spoiler considering it's one of the most well-known things about StarCraft, but there is Sarah Kerrigan, infested, an agent of the Zerg Swarm. I've not actually seen the new sprite yet. That's really cool. This is the first time I've actually seen the Sarah Kerrigan new animation, and that's awesome. She looks super cool. I dig that. Right, okay. Let's start cranking out some researchers. Let's also get a hatchery up here, so we can get some mining going on here, and also it will allow us to spread some creep and get some defences up here. And we will want, shortly, she can actually ensnare, which I didn't do much with. She does a ton of damage with her attack. She does 50 damage with her claws, so she's very dangerous in that respect. We can actually get some creep colonies up here, and that will allow us to defend there. We are also going to want to take the island, I reckon, and we're going to need some defences there, definitely. We are also actually going to quite seriously need a spire, I think. Obviously, Kerrigan needs to survive. She's pretty beefy. She's not going to be easily put down.
On my way.
But still need to keep an eye on her because she can be killed. So because the firebat has armour, she can't quite one hit kill them. I think I'm going to move some hydralisks down here to guard. We've got an attack up here. Fortunately that was suitably dealt with. Definitely going to move some mining up here. We are going to need the ability to do some drops, so I'm going to want the ventral sacks shortly.
Is it now?
We've got some hydralisks to hold position there, and we can actually see that this base is reasonably vulnerable. Now what I'm actually going to do is I will want to get a queen's nest, because the queen's nest will allow me to do get some upgrades. I don't think the queen's nest is the first priority, but I think the spire is probably more important. I'm going to put some more defences down here as well, I think, to cover. But a queen's nest will be quite nice because it will allow us to get some more upgrades, I believe, but also it will allow us to get some upgrades on the queen, some of which will be quite useful, I think. Because the queen's actually going to be one of our ways of getting some long-range anti-tank, anti-siege tank damage out, because she can spawn broodling to just insta-kill a tank, which is a very powerful ability. It doesn't get used a lot in multiplayer because I believe it's not that it doesn't get used at all, it's just it doesn't get used as much because it's not quite as efficient as other methods that you get later in the game. But let's get the missile upgrades on the go, I think. Quite like having those. So we can see we can get spawn broodling. Now it takes a lot of energy. It takes 150 energy, which we can't see yet, but you know, that's most of the queen's energy supply, even after she's had her energy intake upgraded. Now what I'd like to do is get some drones over here, and I'm going to take some hydralisks over as well. In fact, obviously can't go in there yet because I've not got the research. You see there's quite an opportunity to take a base down here. What I would like to try and do is get a bit of vision over here if we can. So there's probably a place we can sneak in there with it's under the missile turret with a small force of zerglings, I reckon. Now, have we got the ventral sacks yet? We haven't. So you three can go back to mining, or go to mining. Let's start getting some mutalisks, absolutely. We're going to need those to patrol the map. I think burrow could actually be useful. Let's get you on mining. Need more overlords. So these can be control group 3. So yeah, I'll show you the spawn broodling, although actually I probably don't want to use it on the tank. Has that got a parasite on it? Let's spread these out a little bit. Right, I definitely like the idea of getting the Overlord sight. What else can we upgrade? Queen Energy might be quite a nice one. We can start moving some Zerglings and Hydralisks over to that island. Ah, we've got an attack incoming. Ah, didn't want to take those out of the gas. Control clicked a bit too eagerly there. And that should be able to get them there. So let's move these over. Drop down here. We are going to need to build quite a few defences. So these will be control group 3. I'm going to put that there. That can be burrowed there, so it can give us some intel. And let's get some more Hydralisks out, definitely, and some more Zerglings for defence. In fact, I'm going to build a creep colony here, and I'm going to build a creep colony here. Now, I'm going to build a hatchery here. Take the opportunity to build an extractor there. And then we're going to start taking the opportunity to build some creep colonies here as well. In fact, what I'm going to do, we've clearly got too many drones there, so we're going to move some of these down, get them in an Overlord. Get some sunken colonies there. Get some more Overlords. You guys can go back to mining there. Let's see, you can go into control group 3. Now we're going to want to spread these out. We're also going to want these nearby to repel any kind of attacks on this island.
What is it now?
The island's going to be hugely important for defences. We'll move these out of the way, except for that Hydralisk. A few more. A couple more Mutalisks. A few more Hydralisks. Some more Zerglings. And what we can start doing here is building up some drones. Now I don't want to put too much between these places, because that's going to make the gas mining very slow if they've got lots of obstacles to wend around. Definitely want some more drones. Got plenty of defences down here. You two can go and control group 3. And you can see we've got quite a lot to work with here. So definitely want some more drones to go in here. Pull these out of the way. You can go in there. Now let's get some drones mining, and in the meantime we'll also get some drones coming into this. So I'm going to mostly put spore colonies, but I am going to put 1 or 2 sunken as well, because it'll be very useful to be able to repel any kind of assault. So you start mining from there. In fact, we'll put you in. It's almost tempting to build another hatchery, but I think that would probably be a bit excessive. And there we go. As if... keep those, we don't want them to go too far. But what I am going to do is, behind here, I'm going to build up some creep colonies. And we'll also... There we go. So the creep colonies will be useful for defence. get some more mutalisks. They're going to be very useful in this map. Let's right. Let's throw this down and just show you the broodling. So, instant kill. The broodlings do not last very long. They're pretty much there as it's pretty much there as a piece of artillery. It's not to say they can't be used effectively, but oh, we've got plenty of drones to drop over here. Let's put another drone in there. Definitely going to want these to be spore colonies. Right, I'm going to burrow. No, not quite on time. We're definitely going to want some creep colonies here. Right. And we're actually I think going to want a sunken colony there. So some spore colonies and some sunken colonies. You guys go there. We'll give you that. We've got some mutalisks over here. You two can control group 3 as well. So a spore colony, a sunken colony to defend that back mineral line. A few more. I think another sunken colony will be quite nice. And I think we still have enough space to... let's put one there as well. Okay. Nope, I didn't want a sunken colony, I want a spore colony, and I want a spore colony there as well. And there we go. Right, we're running a bit low on minerals here, so we are going to probably want to think about moving down there, which is a very assailable position. So, can't get up to hive tech yet. Certainly should be doing some upgrades on these. Let's get ready to start dropping the enemy base. Definitely can afford a lot more overlords. Not actually sure what that was. Attacks there. Right, that was one of my mutalisks. Must have gone chasing after. They do have a tendency to do that. Yeah. Now what may be entirely possible actually is to use the Mutalist to snipe the missile turret, because in a large enough sort of concentration, they may be able to do that without dying. So you control group 4. Let's get some more Mutalisks. How much does each damage one? So each one's currently hitting for 10. And a missile turret has about 200 health, I think. I wonder if I could get an overlord close enough to spy on it. Now, I don't know if it has any building armour. So, in theory, 20 should be enough.
Our forces are under attack.
So, it doesn't... I don't think the building has any armour. So, let's see what we got. And 4... So, currently we've got 17. $18. 19. You can do really horrible things with Mutalisks.
We require more Vespene gas.
Of course. Let's get some more overlords while we can. And I think we'd like to expand as well, just to get another Vespene Geezer.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Well, I think the hive cluster dealt with that just fine. Let's see. I wonder if... No, I think...
Is under attack.
Okay. How are we doing for Mutalisks? 4. Let's get 2 full control groups. And then we'll bring some Zerg forces in ready to drop.
Evolution complete. Evolution complete.
So once that missile turret's down, we can probably make an advance. So we've got a herd of overlords. I don't know what the collective noun for overlords would be. Right, you guys take that. There we go. Yeah, just enough. Now,
Our forces are under attack.
I think they cleared that up quite nicely. Right, okay. I think let's see if we can drop in here and have the Mutalisks in the background ready for support. Let's get some upgrades going.
Forces are under attack.
There we go. I want to get these Zerglings on the missile turret and then we can move everything else in. It's quite challenging to control this many. I want to nuke that tank down. Okay, bit too hot for those Hydralisks there, for those Mutalisks there. And there we go. This should be a very easy case of mopping up this base now. Mutalisks are fine. Oh.
Our forces are under attack.
Fortunately those almost perfect timing. And let's stick these in an overlord as well. Oh, you guys get out there. Hydralisk can definitely clear this up. Let's get some more Zerglings.
Our forces are under attack.
Move these down here. And let's see what we got. Where were those overlords with the drones? There we go. There's one. Where's the other? There we go. Now I've actually got a potential option to sort of leapfrog over here as well. Let's definitely get some more overlords.
The Hive Cluster is under attack.
I think the Hive Cluster's got that covered. Right, you turn into a creep colony. Let's see. I quite like the idea of the hatchery going there and having 3 of the gas, and then these can just go mining. Now, interesting. Okay.
Our forces are under attack.
In fact, can't ensnare. Let's definitely get some upgrades going. More queen energy would be very nice. Now, how much have we got there to worry about? It's the not the Hydralisk, sorry, it's the Zerglings, the fire bats are potentially a worry. Okay, they... Actually, there's an argument to be made to pull them back. So, sort of lure them in. There we go. Let's get a lot of hydralisks. Now, there is a possibility to push down here, and also, oh, there's another mineral patch. You three go in there. Let's... Possibly don't need to worry about more drones just yet. Now, yeah, probably going to lose that Overlord. Good thing those hydralisks were there. Right, I don't want to move those too close. Now, sadly, they can't reach that. But we could definitely do a Overlord flyover. Let's get some more Zerglings.
Evolution complete.
Quite like the idea of sticking a Zergling there as well, actually.
Our forces are under attack.
There we go. Let's see what else we can pick up. Now these are fairly full. These, let's get these loaded up. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Move some of these over here. Right, we've got a Zerg. Hold on. Let's let the siege tanks come to us. Nope, you two, you do not want to be attacking. There we go. One thing that's quite nice on later missions is you get a oh. On later missions you get something called the Nidus network, which is enormous for ferrying your troops around, which is great on sort of island maps. Right, you guys unload there, you unload there, you unload, you just go along for the ride. Now what's going to be interesting, yeah, and let's bring the Mutalisk down here, so we'll be able to secure another base here. The assorted forces here will be very, very capable of dealing with this. Keep some overlords around just in case. We've got the Mutalisk just for some support there. Now we do want to check up this ramp. I wouldn't be surprised if there's tanks sieged up there, but it doesn't seem like there are actually. Okay, that's good. There's control group 4, and there we've cleared out this one as well with quite some ease actually. And let's engage down here because right, I don't want the Mutalisk to go with them. We've got a small amount of minerals there if we start to run out on this base. I'm not actually going to rush to go over there. I think we're quite near to wrapping this one up. Reyna seems to have forgot that the Terrans have access to cloaking technology. Oh, you do not want to be there. We have got a Vespene geyser there if we need it as well. They can probably just shoot up there. It will take them a little bit longer because they'll miss occasionally, but we'll be okay. Right. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to move a load of these overlords back over here because I think now is the time for the big push. We are going to need some of the overlords here. That overlord I think is looking a bit worse for wear though, so you two come over here. Let's have a few spare overlords just in case. Yeah, the Nidus network can be very, very nice for ferrying large amounts of troops over. So we're just going to queue up as many as we can, see how many we can get into overlords. So let's get these over. And we're just going to max up, max out, and do one. Do I think a nice big hit on them? See if we can. We'll see if we can scout the terrain out first. There's a missile turret that does concern me a little bit there. There we go.
Forces are under attack.
Those are dealt with. So we're going to have to watch out for I'm hoping we can do are there any of these that are not full? There you go. So, oh, absolutely do not want to lose an overlord there. That would be in fact, what I think is our best strat is take down the missile turret with that. Get these out of the way. These overlords can then drop. Fairly safely. Right, okay.
Forces are under attack.
So, group 3 go there, group 4 go there. And let's do the big... Have some backups just in case, but I think we've probably got this nice and tidily wrapped up. So, these over here. And then unload over there. No, 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 no. You stop that. These, unload there. No, guys. Stop attacking the missile turrets.
Our forces are under attack.
Definitely need those to take out the missile turrets. You can infest the command center. Well, those zergling, those drones should not be there.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's drop these off. Let's drop these off at home here. There's actually still not quite enough space for things to be dropped off. Lost a Mutalist because Mutalists will quite aggressively attack on their own a lot of the time. Let's get these guys out.
Our forces are under attack.
And I think we've probably got the Terrans under the thumb now. Let's get these out of there. Right, you guys. We're going to drop you off over here. So you guys come down here. There we go. Terran Command Center. There we go.
Sarah, is that really you?
To an extent. I'm far more than I once was, Jim. You shouldn't have come here.
But the dreams. I dreamed you were still alive, that somehow you were calling to me.
I was. While I was in the chrysalis, I instinctively reached out to you and Arcturus telepathically. Apparently, Arcturus sent Duke here to reclaim me. But that was then, Jim. I'm one of the Zerg now, and I like what I am. You can't imagine how this feels.
So, what? Are you gonna kill me now, darling?
That is certainly within my power. But you're not a threat to me, Jim. Be smart. Leave here now and never seek to confront the Zerg again.
Doesn't look like I have much choice.
There we go. So, yeah, that's the big reveal. There's quite a few things that, playing this back again, I realise quite how heavily it's foreshadowed. I mean, obviously, you have the cutscene. It wasn't actually as clear in the original version. I don't remember it even being subtitles of Jimmy. There may have been. I may have just forgotten. But yeah, the kind of the foreshadowing should be something that you can kind of pick up on if you listen closely to what the Overmind's saying. You know, my greatest prize, and Kerrigan seemed obviously bigged up as a very important, powerful character. It's probably wasn't too hard to put two and two together and realise that she was the one in the chrysalis, but nonetheless quite the twist anyway. And if you hadn't caught up to it by this point, then you will have done now. But yes, so we have successfully driven off the Terrans. I say the Terrans. We have successfully driven off Jim Raynor's Terrans as well, Raynor's Raiders as they will eventually become known, from Char. And we're ready to see what the Overmind has planned for us next as the new agent of the Swarm, so to speak. So there we go. So former colonial militia of Marsara. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next mission. Thank you, and bye.